All right. Let's get it going. A little quarterback school live, August 1. Fired up, lots to talk about. Make sure that I sound all right. Do me a favor, hit me with your favorite emoji in the chat. Lock this thing in. Got a number of little tricks of the trade here, live stream wise, to be excited to share with y'all. Fired up to see some familiar faces in the chat already. Coach Grays, my man, good to see you. Eric, my man, welcome back. Get this thing going right off. See if I can get it going right out the gate. Rolling the... They're back, baby. Cheers. Well, summer's come to an end for me. Excited to share a bunch of stuff. Very cool. Glad it sounds all right. My man Chase, Coffee with Coach. Glad you dug the motion video. That was fun for me. Excited to kind of do those kind of schemy things here as we get closer and closer to the season, as far as the new film coming out with the new games, all that type of stuff. Be fired up to see all that type of stuff as we're kind of winding our way back into football. Feels like football. Training camp E. A lot of high schools getting started out here. So if you're coaching, you're probably right in the thick of it or right at the start of the thick of it. Kind of excited to see what that looks like for me personally. Not in a camp, not coaching, living that dream. Before anybody asks me, go see if I can get this thing going. Buena Veza, Stone, little lager with a lime, salt. This has been my go-to summer beverage. I don't know where the hell y'all are at, but out here, it's been toasty, humid, and this thing, it tastes good. Big fan. All right. So you got questions? Now is the time. What we are going to talk about during this video is going to be definitely the relaunch of the Quarterback School Patreon community. I dumped the pay per creation. It was too damn confusing to people. Had too many people coming in and out of that community. And so we're going to talk about just kind of the streamline. You can go per month. Probably going to put an annual option in there as well. It's cheaper. It's easier. Hopefully people enjoy it and will be able to stick around a little bit more for it. I know, things are tight for a lot of people, and I want to be cognizant of that, but also I got to make it easier for people who want to be part of it. So we're going that direction for the Patreon community. Do me a favor as you roll into this chat, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, make a comment, do whatever you need to do to help this thing continue to pump out and get bigger and bigger. This thing will be going this fall. I'm cranking up all sorts of different kind of content avenues. Leaning towards, in the past we've done, I want to say Monday Night Live. Maybe those will be sporadic. It's fun for me to jump on before the Monday Night Football game, talk a little ball. But I want to do a little bit more of a consistent show, and I'm kind of leaning towards a Tuesday AM midday-ish Pacific time live. For me, it hits because it's just a nice quiet time around the house. Also, it's just the off day in the league, and so it feels like it's enough time to catch up on kind of what happened, probably get a chance to watch a little All-22 by that time, have a little bit more real takes as opposed to hot takes, and just kind of be able to share it from there, but have some sort of like semi-consistent live. And so that's where I'm leaning towards. Let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. That makes sense. If something else doesn't make sense, if you can never catch that live, it's just tough to do it in the evenings. It's tough. Tough for me. Maybe not tough for you. Let's see what we got here. If you got questions, now is the time to get them in the chat. Again, I am going to be talking Patreon community here at some point. We're going to go over, take a peek at the Patreon kind of library of videos that would be available to you. If you sign up now, you really get the entire catalog of it to go back and watch it. There's a lot, and it's long stuff. So get over there, check that thing out. We'll look at it at some point. But excited for this one. We got all sorts of good stuff coming in. I want to get into one specifically here. This is one I've been waiting for a while. I did it a little bit last year. I think now I've streamlined it. So this thing, we are back. We got the multi-angle live, y'all. What? How are we doing this? I'm pretty excited on a number of different levels. Hopefully it's working. If it's not, we'll deal with it later. But got basically just another little scene we'll be able to use, streamline the process here to be able to have a little bit more fun with the reactions. Get right in there. Won't always be right in your face like this, but it might be. My man Cam James, appreciate you hooking it up, being part of a member of the channel. Again, just to kind of go over the membership stuff. If you're a member of the channel, you get the logo. It's an easy way for me to be able to spot you in the chat, and that usually helps my memory as far as seeing consistent names, try to get to you as much as possible. So Cam James, appreciate it. Ba-boom. We're back, baby. Chase Osborne. That's a good question. Best way to scheme with a high school QB who is new to the position. That kind of relates to a video that I did that will be coming out later in the month. If you're a new QB, how to kind of take best advantage of this channel. But scheme with a high school quarterback that's new to the position, I would just kind of do it. I always look at it, it depends on where you're at, right? We're right in the middle of, or right at the start of camp. I want to see what they can do. I want to see what they're comfortable doing. I want to see what they enjoy doing. And then I want to push their limits and kind of find that middle ground with what that looks like. So this time of year, I'm challenging them. I'm making it difficult in practice. I want practice to feel like it's really hard so that when they get into the game, it feels a little bit slower, easier, if that's possible. But I definitely wouldn't throw everything at them and make them feel like they're drowning. There's that safe space where, you know, you can go out in the ocean, but there's a lifeguard to be able to help you out, those types of things to make it challenging, but also make sure that they're growing and test what they can do, because you don't want to not do something because you're afraid to try it out. Now's the time to try it out. So that sweet spot. My man Mike, boom. Appreciate it, sir. Very cool. I appreciate the super chat. Always appreciate the support. So what we got? Zachary Davis, favorite play in the pros, favorite one in college. Definitely the logo. I don't have a logo. Dang, I should put the logo on here. Logo, just 4 verticals, probably my favorite play. In college, I definitely had a favorite play that we used to run. I should probably do a video on it. It would only get like 10 views of the people that from my back in the day that watch the channel or check in with the channel. But the people who are from Davis will know what this thing is called. And if you're in Davis right now, you should ask about it. It was called Gap Boot. And it was really a kind of a bootleg where it got a little fancy as far as who pulls. We used to loop the center and pull a guard, secure the edge with the tight end, and it was really meant to take a shot down the field. So threw a lot of touchdowns on backside posts, big time double moves, and so those were all off Gap Boot, party in the end zone. Appreciate it. But boom, good question, Zach. I saw a couple other good questions higher up the chat. Let me see if I will. Oh, my man Cam James coming in hot with the membership and coming hot right into Tua Nation, Tua Non. Do you think Tua will throw more deep passes with Hill being added to the team? I think Twitter hopes so. Yeah, I'm sure he will. I guess I think of the Cheetah as certainly a deep threat just because he's so damn fast. But I also think of him as like a, yak guy, run after the catch, yards after the catch. So, just throw it underneath and let him go get it. Same a little bit with Waddle. I think of both of those guys have that capacity all the time. And so, sure, you'd love to just take it over the top and get it, and it's flashy to see on video. But as much as anything else, just about going out there and letting those guys work in space. So I'm excited to see what the Dolphins are. There's a lot of teams that I'm excited about seeing what the hell they look like this year. The Dolphins are certainly at the top of the list. We'll see what it looks like as we get closer and closer into games that matter. But that's a good one. I know a lot of people are fired up to see Tua, or maybe see him fall, but not me. I think he's got a great chance to be successful. Boom. Good question. Did it work? Damn. Oh, there it is. I got some good ones. I gotta make sure. I'm not convinced that all the sound sounds great.
I'm your huckleberry.
Keep working on the sounds. Make sure they're not too loud. Oh, my man Joe checking in. Boom. You inspired me, homie. not really. I was crushing these already, but you know, it's hot. Good to be back. My man Mac Jones season coming up. I don't know about that. It is interesting to see, though, Belichick's hot takes coming out of camp about all the improvement stuff. We'll see. That's another offense that I'm excited to see what the hell it looks like. Who knows who's calling the plays? Who knows, what exactly will they be exactly like McDaniels had kind of seemingly forced them to be. I think McDaniels did so many things really well as far as play calling. Now it certainly helps when you have a Hall of Famer, best ever, GOAT for a long time. But in addition, I think there's no secret he was great about creating mismatches and finding the matchups that were advantageous to what they were trying to do and attacking different areas of the field. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Maybe they get better. Maybe they do it differently. I don't know. But I'm excited to see what Mac Jones looks like in that type of system. And then, of course, my man Mike coming in hot with the Trey Lance gate. I mean, my goodness. I think everybody is excited to see what the hell Trey Lance looks like with the 49ers. Fun to see those guys, wide receivers, get paid. Debo, part of that conversation. But this idea being Trey Lance, just hasn't played a lot of ball. What does he look like consistently over the course of a long NFL season? I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about what he brings to the position, what they're able to do together as far as Shanahan play calling, run game, play action, the weapons that they have there. It's going to be pretty fun. Pretty excited. Oh, my man Landon checking in, catching alive. Love it. Eric, absolutely. Bill Russell. Geez, Bill Snyder. Bill Russell, the passing of Bill Russell, certainly, as someone who appreciates what the icons of sports have done for a long time, it's pretty wild to see all the remembrance things coming out with Bill Russell, just obviously the player, the championships, but really kind of the activist, the human, the impact he was able to make, player, coach. It's crazy. Just so many different layers to him as a person and an impact, and kind of cool to see all those things kind of being remembered all at the same time. But yeah, lots of crazy stuff as far as the football season coming to a kind of head here. We're going to take a quick hot minute here, and we're going to look at the Quarterback School Patreon community, just because I know there are some peeps in here that aren't Quarterback School Patreon community members. So we're going to take a little look. Hopefully this works. And go through kind of the catalog as far as what exactly you get. So the first thing that's changed, the main thing that's changed, is the way that you pay for the Patreon community is different. Okay? Need to get the AC on. We got rid of the pay creation. It was just too damn confusing to too many people. So we're going monthly, annually. That's the first part. So you can get in cheaper than what it would have been in the past. You can also go more if you want to. So inclined. I'm not going to talk you out of it. But that's the first part. It's just easier, streamlined, $5 a month. Easy. Now, what do you get? Let's take a peek here. So this is what it looks like. Did a little live for them last week, just talking about the changes. Got the Elite 11 presentation. Did a few July videos that didn't put across on the normal channel. You get a chance to check that out. Little Joe Burrow semifinal. Caleb Williams, everybody's fired up about USC ball down here. Southern California, Bryce Young, got a chance to see him throw at Elite 11. Dude is crazy smooth. My goodness. Fun to watch spin it. Kyler, little Johnny Manziel, little college Lamar Jackson. I mean, guys, come on. After the Fisher, after the Jimbo, Saban, ridiculous comments. Did a little back and forth with them. Will Levis, Kentucky, what the hell are they going to look like this year? Skangs in there calling plays. Got Patrick Mahomes back in the day. Malik Willis, and then a bunch of just college football takes from the guys who got drafted this year. So if you have a new quarterback, get over there, check out these complete games. Some discounts for some of the courses offer through there. Got a whole Discord community you can be a part of over there. So just a simple, easy way to be able to kind of support the channel, but also elevate your football. It's trying to create the vibe of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room over there. So kind of like deep dive meetings, depth, all sorts of stuff. Mike, I'm going to get to the Trevor Lawrence thing. I am. Oh, man, I'm going to butcher your name. Guido from Argentina. Love it. Fired up. Very glad. Cool. Thanks for checking in. Mike, what's Trevor Lawrence's biggest hurdle is this season to be better? I think anytime you have a new staff, I think obviously coming off of a just clown show that was last year for what the Jaguars had to go through with the Urban fiasco, a new staff is going to be different. We'll see what that looks like. I'm optimistic with Peterson just because, he's had success. He's been a quarterback. He knows how to create a quarterback-friendly system. I think it has the potential to be a little Clemson-y as far as RPO-y, gimmicky, in my opinion, a little bit, but be able to take advantage of. Trevor does have a unique skill set. The dude's a super talented young player, and so I think he's got a great opportunity if they can get a little bit more dynamic on the perimeter and what that looks like as far as protecting him. All those things together, but I think Doug will do a great job of at least creating an environment where he can potentially, I don't know about thrive quite yet, but accelerate his progress and get kind of back on plane as far as what that looks like. I don't know if there'd be anybody better than maybe like an Andy Reid-ish type to be able to be under to know that you're going to have a chance to be successful. So excited to see what Trevor looks like here as far as the season continues to go. Boom. Captain Cold. Bro, what will Baker's leash be? What makes you think that Baker's going to be the first one out there? That's what I want to know. I think, Sam Darnold's got a great chance to be the guy. I don't know, who knows what the hell the situation is in Carolina. It feels like they're doing all sorts of guys dirty. I think Baker got done dirty in Cleveland. I think Sam Darnold's gotten done dirty in Carolina. What that looks like, that's part of playing quarterback in the league. You're not going to be in great situations all the time. For most people, finding a way to make the best of what that looks like, who knows? But I've been a big fan of Sam Darnold for a while. I think if he's healthy, he's got a chance to be really successful. But who knows? I mean, really, I don't pretend to have the answers. I don't have any insider information. But I can tell you that, who wanted Baker Mayfield in that building? Was it the owner, the coach, coordinator? Who wanted Sam Darnold originally? I don't pretend to have the answers, but what that looks like as far as playing, hopefully just the best guy plays and they give it a real competition. I never really think that's the case, but occasionally it is. And, I'm not sure, 6 1, half dozen to the other as far as what I think that looks like. But whoever's out there is probably going to have a pretty short leash. Coach Grays, love it. Carl, it's O'Sullivan, but we'll keep it going. Carlos, hey JT, how's it going? Very happy to see you again. What was all that about the can something motion story? Oh, Carlos, good one, man. So I'm going to bus drive my boy Anime Ojo here for a hot second. Anime was a college wide receiver of mine. Really a great story. Never played ball before. Head coach met him, I think, at his church and invited him to come out. I think he's like 6'5", dude, and he can roll. He runs like a deer. Never played football before. Ended up getting drafted. He was a year ahead of me in college. So he was a senior. I was a junior. Anime was a really dynamic college football player. Just uncoverable at the Division II level, and but was still learning the game. Hadn't played a lot of ball, if any. So he ends up getting drafted, I think in the 5th round by the Saints. I got drafted the following year, 6th round with the Saints. So Anime and I are at camp together. I don't remember what the situation was after the camp, but it was in camp, and we had this can zip motion, where if you're the flanker, you can kind of motion in on your own and go get the DB type. So it would be like we're running power to the right. We've got can zip motion. The flanker, the Z, can come in there and kind of dig out the strong safety. Well, Anime was playing split end. So he's on the line of scrimmage, the X. And I don't remember what the run was, but he starts motioning as he's on the line of scrimmage. And he did it a few times to where people started calling it the Can Ojo, or at least we did in the quarterback room. And it was kind of a perfect kind of snapshot of A guy who's smart, he's getting it. Like, hey, that's a thing. Like, can zip, but you're on the line of scrimmage. Like, you can't motion, buddy. And so it was just one of those things where it always stuck with me that, you know, there's some point of you got to have some experience playing, but other points about like, hey, you got to also know the rules here about what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. So that was the can motion. I'm gonna have to turn the AC on, y'all. This is getting toasty in here. The Buena Beza is not cutting it. All right, a couple more before I turn into a full sweat here. Got the hot lights going. My goodness. I need to cool down. I need a breeze. Not this kind of breeze, though. All right, let's do one more. What we got? Simon, in the league, what weekly meetings do you have with your quarterback coach, your OC, or your offensive-minded head coach? Who do you turn to? I would say every team is a little bit different. Every day you'd probably start with the, it's different. I would say it's just different. That's actually probably a pretty good idea for a video, so I might save that for a video. All right, that's a wrap. I'm excited for this. Let's circle back tomorrow. We'll do another live. I'll turn on the AC this time, and we'll be able to keep this thing going. All right, thanks so much. I will see you later.